Let me ask you something real quick. You wake up on payday, money hits your account, and for about 45 minutes, you feel rich. Then, rent comes out, car payment, groceries, maybe a subscription you forgot about, and just like that, it's gone. Sound familiar? Here's the part that gets me. Most people earning $50,000, $60,000, even $80,000 a year are living like they're broke. Not because they don't make enough, but because nobody ever taught them what to do with money once they have it. Today, we're going to fix that. We're breaking down the 20-50-20-10 rule, a dead simple framework that tells you exactly where every dollar should go. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to look at your paycheck completely differently. Hello everyone, welcome back to Wealth Nation, where real people have real money conversations and we don't sugarcoat anything. I'm your host, and today I've got someone with me whose story is going to hit close to home for a lot of you. Her name is Jessica. She's 29 years old, works full-time, and until recently, she had no idea where her paycheck was disappearing every month. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Honestly, a little nervous, but excited.
Don't be nervous. This is a judgment-free zone. That's kind of our whole thing here. So Jessica, let's just dive right in. Walk me through what your financial life looked like before you found this rule.
Oh man, okay. So I was making decent money, like $58,000 a year at my job. And everyone around me thought I was doing fine. I had a car, my own apartment, I went out on weekends. But every single month, I was running out of money before the next paycheck hit.
Every month?
Every single month. And the worst part? I didn't even know where it was going. Like, I wasn't buying crazy stuff. I wasn't taking vacations. I just spent. And at the end of the month, I'd check my account and it was like, where did $4,800 go?
That's called lifestyle bleed, and it's one of the most common financial traps in America right now. You're not alone, Jessica, not even close. Studies show nearly 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and a huge portion of them are not low-income earners. They're making solid money. They just have no system.
That makes me feel a little better, actually, but also kind of terrified.
Good. That means you're paying attention. Now, did you have any savings at all?
I had like $340 in a savings account that I hadn't touched in 2 years. That was my entire safety net, which is insane to say out loud.
Okay, and that's exactly why we're having this conversation today. Because $340 is not a safety net. That's barely a car repair. But here's what I want people to understand. This is fixable, and the fix is simpler than you think. Jessica, have you ever heard of percentage-based budgeting?
Like the 50-30-20 rule? I've seen it online, but I never really followed it.
Right, that one gets thrown around a lot, and honestly, it's a solid starting point. But today, I want to show you something a little different, a framework I call the 20-50-20-10 rule. 4 buckets. Every dollar you earn gets assigned to one of them. Let me break it down. 20% goes to invest, 50% goes to essentials, 20% goes to save, and 10% goes to enjoy. 4 categories, that's it. Every paycheck, every raise, every bonus, split it this way.
Okay, that sounds almost too simple.
That's by design. The best financial systems are the ones you'll actually stick to. And here's what makes this different from most budgets. It doesn't care how much you make. Whether you bring home $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month, the percentages work the same way. Let's go through each one because the order matters a lot. We start with invest. And I put this first on purpose because most people save whatever's left over after spending. And you know what's left over? Nothing. So we flip the script. You invest before you do anything else.
Wait, so like the second my paycheck hits, 20% goes straight to investing?
Exactly. Non-negotiable. Before rent, before groceries, before Netflix, 20% is already gone into your investment accounts. And if that sounds scary, let me show you why it's the most important habit you can build. If you're 25 years old and you invest just $300 a month into a basic index fund at an average 8% annual return, you'll have roughly $1 million by the time you're 65. $1 million from $300 a month. Now here's where it gets brutal. If you wait until you're 35 to start, that same $300 a month gets you around $440,000. You literally cut your wealth in half just by waiting 10 years.
Wait, what? That's insane. 10 years makes that big of a difference?
That's compound interest. Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world, and it works for you if you start early and against you if you don't. Now, where should this 20% actually go? For most Americans, here's the order. First, if your employer offers a 401k match, max that out first. That's a 50 to 100% instant return on your money. Free money. Don't leave it on the table. Next, open a Roth IRA. You contribute after-tax dollars and everything grows tax-free. If you're under 50, you can put up to $7,000 a year in there as of 2026. After that, a low-cost index fund, S&P 500, total market fund. Set it, forget it, let it grow.
Okay, I have a Roth IRA, but I've never actually put money in it. I set it up and just left it.
You're not alone. A lot of people do that. But Jessica, an empty Roth IRA does nothing. It's like buying a gym membership and never going. The account itself isn't the win. Consistently funding it is. All right, pillar 2. 50% of your income goes to essentials. Now, this sounds like a lot, half your paycheck, but let me be really clear about what counts as essential. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, health insurance, minimum debt payments. That's it.
What about, like, my phone bill?
Yes, phone is essential. Internet, essential. But a $1,200 phone on a payment plan? That's a choice, not a necessity. And this is where I want to talk about something called lifestyle creep, because this is what got you, Jessica. This is what gets most people.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that term. What exactly is it?
Lifestyle creep is when your spending automatically rises to match your income. You get a raise? Great. But instead of investing that extra money, you just upgrade your lifestyle. Nicer apartment, newer car, better restaurants, and suddenly you're making more money than ever and somehow still broke.
Oh my God, that's literally exactly what happened to me. I got a raise last year, and within 3 months, I had upgraded my car and moved to a nicer place. And I thought, okay, I deserve this. I'm earning more. But then I had nothing left.
And that's the trap, because you do deserve nice things, but the timing matters. Nice things come after your financial foundation is built, not instead of it. Now, here's the hard truth about the 50% rule. If you live in a high cost of living city, New York, San Francisco, LA, your rent alone might be eating 40 to 50% of your take-home pay. If that's your situation, the 50% essentials cap is going to be really tight.
So what do you do then?
A few options. 1, increase your income so the math works out. 2, reduce your fixed costs. Maybe a roommate, a smaller place, or moving somewhere more affordable. 3, temporarily adjust the percentages while you work on income growth. The rule is a target, but it's a target you should always be moving toward. And let me give you a quick checklist of the sneaky expenses that eat people alive in this category. Car payments over $400 a month. Multiple streaming subscriptions. Most people have 6 or 7 and use 3. Gym memberships they don't use. Subscription boxes. Delivery fees on every single meal. None of these seem big on their own, but when you add them up, you're often looking at $400 to $600 a month in completely avoidable spending.
I have 4 streaming services. I just counted in my head.
Pick 2. Cancel the rest. That's $40 to $60 back in your pocket every month. It's not a huge number, but it's a mindset shift. Every dollar you keep is a dollar that can be working for you. Okay, pillar 3. And this one is the one people skip, which is exactly why so many Americans are one bad month away from financial disaster. 20% goes to save, specifically your emergency fund.
So this is different from investing?
Completely different. Your investment account is for the future. You don't touch it. Your savings account is your financial airbag. It's there for when life hits you. And life will hit you. Car breaks down, unexpected medical bill, layoff, VAT goes out. These aren't if situations, they're when situations. The goal is to build 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a liquid, accessible account, not in the stock market, because the market can drop 30% right when you need the money. In a high-yield savings account, or HYSA, where you're earning 4 to 5% interest risk-free.
I've heard of those. What's the best one?
Some popular options right now are Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally Bank, and SoFi. They typically offer the best rates. The exact rates change, so always compare before you open one. But the key is, it's not in your checking account where you can easily spend it.
So if I'm making like $4,000 take home a month, I need $800 a month just going to savings?
That's right, $800 a month. And at that rate, you'd have a full 3-month emergency fund in about 8 to 9 months. That's less than a year to go from financially fragile to financially stable. Most people hear that and think, I can't afford to save that much. But here's the thing, you can't afford not to. Because without an emergency fund, the first unexpected expense goes on a credit card. Then you're paying 24% interest on that expense. And suddenly, a $1,200 car repair turns into a $1,800 debt that takes 8 months to pay off. That's how financial stress compounds.
That has happened to me. Exactly that. I was so proud I paid off my credit card, and then my laptop broke, and boom, right back in debt.
And that cycle is incredibly common. The emergency fund breaks that cycle permanently. Once you have it, the laptop breaks, you pull from savings, you rebuild the fund over 2 to 3 months, done. No interest, no stress, no setback. All right, last pillar, and this one is my favorite because it's the reason this whole system actually works long term. 10% goes to enjoy. No guilt, no justification required. This is your fun money.
Wait, you're telling me there's a guilt-free spending category built into this?
100%. And here's why it matters. Every person I've seen try a strict zero-fun budget eventually breaks. You can white-knuckle your spending for 2-3 months, and then you snap and spend $1,000 on stuff you didn't plan for. And then you feel guilty and give up entirely. By giving yourself a designated enjoy bucket, you scratch the itch. You don't feel deprived. You stay on the system.
So for me at $4,000 take home, that's $400 a month just for fun?
$400 a month to spend on whatever makes you happy. Dinner out with friends, a weekend trip, clothes, concerts, whatever. The only rule is, once it's gone until next month. You don't borrow from other buckets.
That's actually more than I thought. I feel like I've been spending way more than that on random stuff and then feeling terrible about it. This way, I'd know exactly what I have and I wouldn't feel guilty.
That's the whole point. Financial systems should reduce anxiety, not create more of it. Money should work for you, not stress you out. Jessica, you came into this conversation telling me you were making $58,000 a year and still felt broke every month. After everything we just walked through, what's going through your head right now?
Honestly, I feel a little stupid, but also really hopeful. Like, this isn't complicated. I've been making this so much harder than it needs to be. I just had zero structure.
And that's not stupidity. That's lack of financial education. Nobody teaches this stuff in school. Nobody sits you down and explains how a paycheck should actually be divided. Most people figure it out through painful experience, or they never figure it out at all. You're figuring it out now, and that matters.
I'm literally going to go home tonight and set up the automatic transfers. Like tonight.
Good. Start simple. Even if the percentages aren't perfect right away, start the habit. $50 automatically invested is infinitely better than zero. Before we wrap up, let me give everyone watching 3 concrete steps you can take today, not someday, today. Step 1. Calculate your 4 buckets. Take your monthly take-home pay, multiply by 0.20 for invest, 0.50 for essentials, 0.20 for save, and 0.10 for enjoy. Write those numbers down. Step 2. Open a high-yield savings account if you don't have one. Marcus, Ally, SoFi, pick one today. It takes 15 minutes. Step 3. Set up automatic transfers. Log into your bank or investment app and schedule transfers to happen the same day your paycheck arrives. Remove the willpower equation entirely. That's it. 3 steps. And if you're sitting there thinking you can't afford to save 20% or invest 20% right now, start where you are. Even 5%, even $50. The habit is more important than the amount at the beginning. Jessica, thank you for being so open today. Your story is going to help a lot of people.
Thank you for having me. Seriously. I feel like I just got a free financial education.
That's what we do here at Wealth Nation. If today's video helped you, drop a comment below with the word system. I read every single one, and it tells me this content is actually making a difference. And if you want to go deeper, we've got videos on exactly how to set up a Roth IRA from scratch, how to pick index funds, and how to get out of credit card debt fast. Links are in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already. We drop new content every week, all focused on helping real people build real wealth. I'll see you in the next one.